Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. This is Living in Denver, Colorado. Today, informative one, definitely a needed one.
Yes.
We're going to talk to you guys about how to buy a home in Denver, even from out of state.
All right, let's go, guys. What's up, guys? We are the Mile High Property Brothers. I'm Eli Schmidt. This is my business partner, Will Grimes. And if it's your first time visiting the channel, hey, go ahead and hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell, because we drop a new video every Tuesday and every Thursday morning, and we tell you everything there is to know about either moving to or living in the Denver, Colorado, and surrounding areas.
Correct. And we are licensed brokers here in the state of Colorado, which means as much as we love making these videos, we would love more to help you with your real estate needs. So that number popping up below, we are the guys who answer the phone calls and the text messages, and then email, we are the guys who email back. So if there's anything we can do to help you guys with your needs, we would love to do so. But with that being said, today what we're going to try to help you with is understanding the process of buying a home in Denver, even from out of state, and how we walk you guys through that process and what it looks like.
Guys, to start off, one of the biggest questions that we get initially from people that are giving us a phone call or shooting us an email or a text message is, hey, what's next? I'm calling you guys. What's up? How does this whole thing work?
Well, first and foremost is you're not, if you're watching this and you're looking at moving to Denver, but you're out of state, you're not sure what this looks like, you're not alone. We literally handle handfuls of people every single month between ourselves and our team that supports us. So we got you guys covered, we got your back. But yeah, it probably looks a little different as far as like, yeah, what does this look like? How do we move forward? Right? So the first thing we do is when you guys have that phone call and we're answering the phone calls, the emails, the text messages, the number one thing is to just get you guys scheduled for a Zoom call, right? And just really get face to face and understand what are your guys' wants and your needs and what you're looking for, and like, hey, just what's your story? Are you coming here for work? Are you coming here for other reasons? Can you work remote? Are there some deal breakers as far as homes? What's your price point, where you want to be at with that? And hey, can we help you? Can we introduce you to Scott Leffert, who's a local lender here who does a great job? And hey, can he help you with your lending side? But really just getting that recon done of like, you guys just pouring into us and telling us your story, your wants and your needs, and just, hey, what's your timeline looking like as far as work-wise? Or hey, if because you can work remote, do you have to sell something out of state in order to buy here? All of those circumstances, we love hearing it just to build some data and have that reconnaissance on your circumstances.
Yeah, and guys, a lot of people are concerned about the timing. They're like, hey, I'm not planning on, I don't need to move for 8 months. When should I jump on a Zoom call with you guys? The answer is now, because here's the thing, whether it's 3 months that you need to move or 8 months that you need to move, there's usually just things that can fill that time, right?
Sure.
Whether it's learning more about some different areas, whether it's just going through and getting pre-approved. And believe it or not, a lot of times, like with pre-approvals, there's just things that pop up that you're like, oh, hey, I forgot I had that old credit card that I haven't paid off, or this and that. There's just a lot more time-consuming things there can be than you may think. So whether it's a year, guys, like, we don't care. Like, we love just jumping on a Zoom call.
Yeah.
You don't need to be pre-approved and ready to jump in a car next week to give us a holler.
No, and it might take you a little bit more time than you may think, as far as like just diving into some of the areas of where you want to be and answering some of those questions and taking the time to either travel out here if you can and just look at some areas and not worry about falling in love with a home or seeing 100 different homes. Let's focus on some areas that we can take you guys around with and show you the Castle Rock and the parks that are down there. Give you some places downtown to go, or hey, if you like Southeast Aurora, taking you out to South Shore and letting you see Aurora Reservoir, and just letting you guys have some context on the areas. That way, when the time does come and it's time to look for a house, we know the areas we like, and we can get super specific on the property you're looking for and allow you guys to make progress there.
We've got a lot of people that either can't or don't want to travel, or they're just a little concerned, post-COVID about just being on a plane right now. So we do have quite a bit of people, and sometimes none of that is just work reasons. we do have quite a bit of people that just buy totally sight unseen. So in that case, we're going around, we're doing tours of the neighborhoods. We're really helping you guys dive deep into the area, because the area is the biggest thing we need to focus on right now.
Yeah, your two biggest things are going to be area and then your lending, right? So if you have a lender that you're working with, cool. Or if you need to get in touch with Scott, our local lender, and chat with him, man, he does a great job. Full disclosure, we don't get any money from that guy. We just give that guy our business because we've built a relationship with him since the first day I was in real estate. I've known him prior and before real estate. But he does a great job, and he does a lot of good things for clients and educating them and just doing deals. He's done everything from the smallest ones you can think of upwards of over $3 million, right? Like, the guy can do a lot of great stuff, and he's got a great team behind him as well. But in the meantime, when we're looking at areas, you can be chatting with your lending, get your lending dialed in as far as like, hey, here's what we're approved for, but here's what we want to be. What does it look like for us? Hey, we're cash, but we've got to sell this house in order to have the cash to purchase. We get that a lot here in Colorado. So, hey, what does that contingency look like? What's the timeline on that look like? If you are interested in new builds, some new builds will require that you have your contingent home sold by a certain time in order for you to, stay in good standing with the contract that you have on your new build. So there's a lot of things that go into that with how we can advise and help you guys out with that timeline. But I'm sure just the couple of sentences I spoke to you just now is also giving you that context of, hey, why sooner than later? It's good to have a conversation. Even if you think you're a ways out, we shouldn't be slamming things toward the end, right? Like, let's play 4 quarters of good football. Let's not just try to have a comeback in the fourth quarter and do a lot of making up and maybe still lose the game even though we played a great fourth quarter. Let's just plan and prep this thing the best we can and play 4 quarters of great football moving forward. So the sooner the better, as far as like just getting some advisement on your circumstances and your lane of where you're at and what we think we could help you guys with.
After that first Zoom call, essentially what we like to do, we like to have a game plan going forward. So when we're done with that call, we figured out your essential wants and needs and what you're going to be looking for when you move out here. We've established a rough timeline, and chances are I'm making an introduction to our lender, Scott, so you can start working on that. Before our next Zoom call, you're getting your pre-approval squared away. I've got you set up on a home search through the MLS, so you can start learning what $1 will get you in Parker, what $1 will get you in Southeast Aurora, what that same dollar will get you in Littleton. Whatever areas you're trying to choose between, you'll be able to start learning that over the next couple of weeks as far as just what's popping up in that home search.
Right, and yes, you are going to be looking at some homes in that phase. Is it super important to pick that home in that moment? Not necessarily, but again, between Southeast Aurora and Littleton or Parker or Highlands Ranch or Arvada or up north, there are different styles of homes. There are different amenities and just different layouts and landscapes that you have. So it's important to look at, like, not only bang for buck, what type of home can you get in those areas for a certain price, but there's some stylistic differences as well. So it's good to just dive in to see, like, okay, hey, if I'm looking at Highlands Ranch, what does that look like for us?
Yeah. Now, after that first Zoom call, you've got your pre-approval squared away. You've learned about some areas. Now, usually one of two things are happening. Either you're planning a trip to come out and visit Colorado for a couple days, or we're starting to search for homes sight unseen for you. So going with option 1, if you're coming out here to visit, generally what we like to do is, let's say you're coming out here for 2 or 3 days. On that first day you're in town, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a list of places to go check out based on some of the areas that you like. So let's say you have like 4 different cities that you liked. We're going to give you some major hot spots, some big shopping centers, some previous listings that we've sold, the clubhouse address. We want you guys to go scope out that area, scope out all those areas, because just based on you guys driving around, you may be able to eliminate 3 of the 4 areas or 2 out of the 4 areas, so that when we go and look at a few homes that following day, we're not doing those in areas that you would have no interest in living.
Yeah, and there might be some areas, guys, that you love, but maybe don't necessarily want to live there, right? Like, a lot of people love Castle Rock, right, because of the outdoor experience and the malls that are down there, but maybe commute to Denver or to the airport, because you travel a lot, is just too far. So I'm obviously just using this as an example, but hey, maybe you end up living in Southeast Aurora or something closer to the airport, but you don't mind commuting once a week or bringing kids down to Castle Rock. The one benefit is there's a lot of really cool areas around here that aren't that far from each other. So out of everybody that we've helped, we haven't seen any hard deal breakers where someone just has to be somewhere even though they don't like it. If you love Castle Rock, but you got to be closer to the airport, there's still some great things about Parker or Southeast Aurora that you're going to love. And it's not that far of a drive to Castle Rock to enjoy some of the amenities. So just food for thought. But again, it's really just dialing in what your guys' wants and needs are, and then making sure that as we move over time, we help you guys out with that. And believe it or not, like, walking you guys through homes with FaceTime, knock on wood, we have never had anybody fall out of contract on a home that they won. when we've shown them through FaceTime, when we've gone through inspections and all that great stuff, they've never gotten to town and just said, oh my gosh, this was a bad idea. Like, nope. And we're here for you guys. Like, we're not here to just push you into a deal. We're here to make sure that deal is right for you guys. If there are some concerns or if we don't feel like it fits your needs, yeah, you're going to have to rely on us a little bit to just let you know, like, hey, I know that kitchen's cool, but that backyard is smaller than you think, and it was already too small for what you wanted. It's even smaller than we thought in person. Hey, that's not going to do well for you. So we're going to do our best to just be open and transparent and honest for you guys and your needs. And again, as we've moved forward, we've never had anybody upset with their purchase.
Now, after you guys come into town and visit, or after you're pre-approved, we're going to do another Zoom call just prior to us actually going out and we're looking at homes and we're officially shopping for homes, either virtually or in town, like you're ready to start putting offers in. And on the second Zoom call, what we're going to do is we're going to go over what we call a buyer presentation, or a buyer prezo, as we'll call it sometimes. And essentially what we're going to do there, guys, is we're going to take you through the entire process of, hey, I'm going out and looking at homes. What's your role? What's our role? All the way to putting in an offer. How does that work? How do inspections work? What the heck is earnest money?
Are you married to the home?
Are you married to the home?
We submit an offer and it's this crazy time and we got super competitive and hey, we won the home. We won the offer. Oh my God, I'm buying a home. No, you're not married to the home. There's a whole process as far as our due diligence with inspections and objections and resolutions and HOA docs and insurance
appraisals
and your loan termination. There's plenty of time in order for you to walk away from a home if it's not the right deal for you. So remember that. And again, I'm kind of getting a little bit into the details as far as like how we approach that buyer appraisal. But the bottom line is we walk you through every phase, start to finish, from what it looks like as far as once we're out looking at that home specifically and once we start submitting offers. What does submitting offers all the way through to the closing table look like for you guys? And that call is usually about 45 minutes. So that's the one that you want to have a little bit more time for. But again, that's where we're getting really close to you guys being in Colorado. And that's where advisement and then just nurturing that process and presenting and just advising you on what's to come. That way, when we're in the thick of it, you guys are level-headed and you're managing your emotions and you're making good, sound decisions for yourself, and you're able to take some advisement and you're aware of what's going on through the entire process. Super important meeting, but again, closer to when you guys are actually, looking at moving here and purchasing a home.
Going forward through that, guys, let's say we found you a home virtually, right? We're under contract. You know the area well enough. You're virtual for now, right? But we got you under contract. Now, either if you're sight unseen, obviously, we're meeting the inspector there. We're doing FaceTime walkthroughs with the inspector, and he's letting us know anything major that he found with the house. In addition to that, he's just telling us just good home ownership stuff. Where's the main water shut off? How long does your furnace last? How to change your furnace filter, things like that.
Yeah, and you're going to get a 40-page inspection report. We get 40-page inspection reports even on new builds. So with all that being said, guys, doesn't mean that the home is a piece of crap. Doesn't mean that there's anything specifically wrong. We're going to help advise things that are of concern that we should get addressed, and then just things that are just good to know as far as moving into a home.
Now, with that, guys, even if you are virtual, we're doing virtual, or even if you're out of state, we're doing virtual tours with the home inspector. Obviously, if you are planning on traveling here, you're okay getting on a plane and coming out here, this is a second good time where you should come out and see the house in person. So after you go on a contract, you're going to have that first week for inspection periods. Now, even prior to getting an inspector out there, you can come out, we can get you in the home, you can see it, touch it, feel it, all that good stuff. So that's one area where if you are okay getting on a plane at any point, I'd suggest it right there.
Or road trip it. If you got time to road trip it, have a good time, turn on some music, road trip it. Hey, maybe you're not too far from Colorado, whatever works best for you. But yep, if you guys have an opportunity to come out and see the home while it's under contract, hey, great. If not, hey, that's cool too. As we move forward through that process, you guys are going to be around for whether it's remote through FaceTime. So after inspections, hey, everything's good with the home, or they're fixing some things that we'd like to be fixed. Hey, cool. We move on into the appraisal process, and then your final walkthrough, right? So we get past appraisal, homes gets through that process, and then final walkthrough. That's pretty much 3 days prior to closing, and that's to make sure that any, things that were supposed to be fixed on that home, or after they moved out of that home, we want to make sure nothing got damaged, and we also want to make sure that everything that was agreed upon to get fixed gets fixed prior to closing. So we'll go to that for you guys. We'll FaceTime it. We'll walk through you guys just like we did for inspections, for final walkthroughs. If there's any questions or concerns, we have things fixed prior to you guys closing, right? Obviously, people are more motivated to fix things prior to them getting their money for their house versus after the fact. And once closing happens, everyone's busy. It tends to just not go well. So we like getting that final walkthrough several days prior, right? So, and then once we get to closing, You guys don't have to be here for that, right? Like we can talk to title, we can have a notary come to you guys at your home, or you guys can find a local title company. If it's national, you can find one of their branches, and you can go to one of their branches, and everything can be done through wire and remotely, and it goes pretty smooth.
After that, guys, you closed on your home, you love it, you've moved out here, we've got a private Facebook group for you guys.
That's my favorite. And we sent emails out for that, but what we've got is, guys, and we're trying to get more in there, right? Like some people are savvy with social media, some people aren't, some people want to be in it, some people don't, all good. But what's nice is when you guys are super brand new to Colorado, we have a private Facebook group. It's our extended family private Facebook group for Mile High Property Brothers. Whether you're a local and your friends and family or sphere from Will and Eli and you've bought here or sold here, and you're here in the state of Colorado, or hey, whether you're new from our YouTube channel and you're new and you just want to meet some other new Coloradans or some older Coloradans that maybe have been here a while and they know some fun places to go, it's a great, really cool, just private Facebook group where everybody can like introduce themselves and mingle. And we literally started this the other day and people are already conversing on it. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. So you will be exposed, if by choice, to just a new network of folks through Will and Eli to just introduce you to some people, get some new friends, ask questions about where to bring kiddos or what's fun to do in Denver or what do you think of this school, whatever it may be, just to have as another consistent resource for you guys once you're in Colorado, making that as seamless and as frictionless as possible, especially if you got kiddos or you just want to meet some new friends or your kids need some new friends. It might be nice to have that and go hang out with some other moms or dads on the weekend and say hello. Yeah,
and it is cool. We were watching that last night. People are sharing gardening tips. Like, hey, we're from California. We've never had shrubs before. What the heck do we do with these? And other clients are, hey, we realized that too, and this is what we learned, you know. So it is cool seeing people converse because when you leave a city that you've taken time to build and establish your family in and have that sense of community, that's one of the biggest, you know, like one of the hardest things to start over is moving to a new neighborhood knowing nobody. So this gives you a kickstart and a sense of belonging, and all you guys have something in common, and that's Will and Eli, and a lot of you guys
Sorry
are
about
brand
that.
new to the state too. I know
it could have been a long, hard process. We don't know if we can give you something good. It's this network.
That's funny.
But all jokes aside, it is a lot of fun, and believe it or not, a lot of local people that we've helped that have been here for years, they love helping folks that are new to Colorado.
Yeah.
Regardless of like whatever people are telling you, especially if you're out of state, no, Colorado's not mad for you moving here. You're not getting treated different. Nobody's being weird to you. Long story long, all in all, the private Facebook group is great. And again, we couldn't be more excited to just introduce you guys to a community of just like-minded folks that are super excited and interjected to either meet new friends or help new people from Colorado. But with that being said,
yeah, hopefully that clarified some questions for you guys. I know moving to another state means new schools for your kids. It means getting a new job. Potentially means selling a house out of state, buying a house in a really competitive market out here. There's a lot that can go into it. It can definitely be overwhelming. By far, what we hear from people once they close is like, guys, I had no idea how this was going to happen, but you pulled it off.
And again, yeah, and we're kind of being neutral. We're just giving you guys some bullet points on the process. Obviously, like, we'll go into specific detail with you and your circumstances as you guys move forward. Trying to answer everybody's specific questions on a video. It'd be about a 4-hour video and then some. But more importantly is to just give you guys an outline and a guideline of contacting us, what it looks like once you do contact us, and we're excited for you to contact us.
That's right.
Why are we excited? Because we're licensed brokers. And as much as we love being on these cameras and making video, we would love more to help you with those real estate needs and getting you to Colorado. So if that's something that we can help you guys with, that phone number below, we are the guys who answer the phone call and the text messages. We are the guys who answer the emails as well. So if there's something we can do specifically for you or specific to this video and any questions you may have, we would love to do that. With that being said, until next video, see you guys soon.
See ya.